If you're under 21, don't try this at home. And if you're over 21, don't try this while driving. We have beer. We have a camera. Welcome to the beer.
Beer.
Show. So it's a new show, and it's the new year. We thought we should try to drink something appropriate.
How about some bourbon-aged beers for the cold weather?
No, good idea, but no.
How about some grilling beers for the NFL playoffs? Yeah!
Another good idea, but also no.
How about
No, and I'm ashamed of you. Every January is a tradition, and that tradition is drinking the last of the pumpkin beer.
Dun dun dun!
Okay, we've already poured our first one. Our first one is from Schlafly Brewing in St. Louis, Missouri. It's their pumpkin ale. So this is brewed with pumpkin squash, nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, and it's used Moringa hops and some 2-row crystal molded barley and Munich wheat and chocolate malts. Look at this beer.
It's nice. It tastes a lot like pumpkin pie. It's a lot more spice flavors than a lot of the pumpkin ales out there.
Yeah, and I think that's true. I think there's also a really good, like some of those pumpkin beers, they play up the spice. They play up the spices a ton, and then there's no pumpkin to it. I think this is balanced really well. Now, I have to say, I did start us out with one of my favorites because it's lighter than some of the other ones we're going to get into in a second. But I'm just a fan of how smooth from start to finish. Not too much aftertaste. Definitely have the pumpkin flavor. Definitely has a good touch of spice, but not a total spice bomb. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Cool.
I once toured with a punk band called Spice Bomb.
We're keeping it. So, next on our list is the Bruery from Orange County. This is their Burly Gourd. It's part of the Provision series. It's really hard to come by. I have to say, I got it from a friend. His name is Edward Baysmith. I think that's, you know Edward Baysmith or any of his closely named friends. It's totally a good way to go to get beer. And it is a pumpkin milk stout, so it's going to pour a lot darker.
This.
What do you think?
I would say it's excellent. You can definitely taste the woody notes in it. And it has a nice yet subtle pumpkin flavor that...
I agree. I think there's definitely, a little bit of pumpkin to it.
Not quite as much as the Schlafly.
Definitely not as much as the Schlafly. That is a pumpkin-forward beer. This has got a lot of different things going on. This is very complex.
That's a good example of how you can pair maltiness and pumpkin and still get the pumpkin flavor to kind of break on through.
I think it's
the other side.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
No, I agree with you. This is a very complex beer. There's a lot of flavors with it. It's not just the pumpkin or any of the spices. There's a lot to it. It's very... Again, it's like, as he said, there's a lot of woodiness. You can taste... There's a lot going on with this beer. It's very, very good.
I think it'd be really interesting to see if I call my friend up, Edward Baysmith. We could see if we get another bottle, see how that goes.
Edward Baysmith.
He said Edward Baysmith.
See if we can get another bottle. Let's see how this.
I'm gonna add you on Facebook.
Edward Baysmith.
Baysmith. Beer.
Beer.
No, definitely want to see if I can get another bottle of this. Maybe see how it tastes again next Halloween after a full year in a bottle. See if maybe some of these cedar flavors have mellowed out. See if we can get a different take on this beer.
Agreed.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chug the beer.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to chug this. This is
No,
really, really good.
Then don't do it.
Number one.
So,
The next beer.
the next beer, Heavy Seas, the Greater Pumpkin. It's a barrel-aged version of the Great Pumpkin, which is another fantastic beer. This is from Baltimore, Maryland. They brewed it with pumpkin and spices, and then again, this is aged in a bourbon barrel. This is a fantastic beer, I have to say. But I'll let you guys be the judge.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to.
It's incredibly pumpkin. It smells...
Oh, you can
Beer's
smell
so
it.
good. I love this beer. Make love to me.
Ooh, that is good.
Hey,
Kate Ellis.
hey, good beer.
Why did you try
You
to...
definitely taste the pumpkin in this one, guys. Definitely taste the pumpkin. You can definitely taste the aging. Get a little bit of smokiness on the back end, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So the Greater Pumpkin is actually a modification of a beer called the Great Pumpkin.
That's right.
It's the Great Pumpkin aged in bourbon barrels.
Yes.
It definitely picks up the smoky bourbon notes, the little hint of tang, bourbon meat.
Yeah, a little
Tang
bourbon
at the
smoke.
end. Yeah, a little bit of bourbon on the finish.
Yep.
The
But not overpowering.
no,
definitely.
not at all. The beginning's very pumpkin, and then it's pumpkin
think-
and spices throughout, and then a little bit of bourbon on the finish.
I wish. So if I had to, one tiny complaint, I do think I wish there was more spice to this. I think maybe the Great Pumpkin shows the spice a little bit better. With the bourbon barrel aging sort of mellows that out a bit.
Sure, I think that's what it is. I've had the Great Pumpkin.
Mhm.
It definitely does have more of a spice note to it than the Greater Pumpkin, but the Greater Pumpkin
But this is
has a completely different flavor because of the fact that it was aged in the bourbon
And
barrel.
it is
So picks
still
up a lot of
fantastic.
bourbon barrel.
It's
Really
still
is
a
excellent.
fantastic beer.
It's another fantastic beer.
Again, I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin. It's a little less pumpkiny than Schlafly, but it still has a little bit of the pumpkin flavor, which is good. And then it's spices. And I'm also not a huge fan of bourbon, but that's also not overpowering at the end, as we were talking about. It's very good beer, actually. It's very good.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna have another new episode next week. Comments down below. We'll put some links here, there,
Touch me down below.
there.
There's probably links over here,
Boxes
Touch me
over here,
down below.
over there.
right here.
Yeah.
Like, favorite, hate, but if hate if you're funny.
In and around your mouth.
In our description, we'll have a Gmail address. We'll have should give us our Twitter address. You want to tweet us.
Tweet the Beer Show.
Yeah,
Suck it.
Tweet us at Beer Show.
Beer Show at Beer
At
Show.
Beer Show.
Keep that one.
Beer show.
So thanks for watching the
Beer.
We have to start from one side.
Beer
Beer
Show.
Beer Show. Da, 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 da.
Beer.
You'll get it.
That's a fantastic ending.
That was a really good ending, actually.